So after several years of using the FS450, just thought I'd do a review on it. As you can tell, the 450's got an awful lot of power, but the downside of that is obviously that it does go through fuel a lot faster than the smaller chainsaws. And with the extra power, it's pretty unstoppable. Compare that to my Honda bench shaft brush cutter and also my Stihl FS450. This is totally unstoppable. Now the head I've got on this, as you can see, is an auto feed, a line auto feed. Several videos on this where I've had quite a bit of trouble with the auto feed and the different type of lines. So I've tried this Oregon line of 3mm. I've tried the red round 2.7mm from Stihl, and I've also tried this 2.7mm, which has got a bit of a shape to it and some edges. All of them still end up doing the same thing, where after you've been using it for quite a while, the actual line binds up so tight inside that it actually doesn't come out, and you end up with the line breaking off. So you'll see there just a bit of damage to the line. But if I turn this upside down and pop the head off, so you can see the way the line there is actually buried underneath on the other ones. And what that ends up happening is, as you can see, the lines are all kind of raggedy. Well, they've actually melted onto each other. So I've tried a variety of ways of solving this issue. So I've tried the different lines. I've tried having the length of the line when I put it on at 1 meter long, 1.5. 2 meters is what I normally do, but I've tried it at shorter lengths. I've also tried it with spraying the line with some WD-40 once it's actually wound onto the reel. But pretty much everything that happens, or every time I use it, I should say, I get the same results, where the whole thing binds up. So I'll keep experimenting and try and resolve that issue. As for the rest of the brush cutter, I don't have any real issues with it. It's got a very good solid choke engagement, which is better than the FS450. The 250, I have a habit when it's fitted in a harness, that the harness actually can touch this and actually set it and put the choke on. Again, it doesn't happen on this one, but yeah, the 250 does that. The downside to this is it's heavy. It's a lot heavier than the 250, and that's not too bad when you're using it with the harness. Like I always use it with a harness, so most of the weight is taken by that clip and then onto your hips and your shoulders, so it's not too bad. But if you're trying to brush cut something like that, just to something really steep, you actually end up taking, even though you've got the harness on, the weight of the saw actually comes onto the handles, and you really feel the difference. The 250 is easy to manoeuvre. The 450 is, it's so heavy and heavy at the back. You can do it, you can do it, no problem, but it does get tiring after a little while. So I'd definitely get another 450. I just need to work out some way of stopping this issue, and I'm wondering, I might even see if I can get hold of some really thick line, see if that's going to help. So just touching on the harness. So that's the Stihl harness that I wear all the time. And I always do the brush cutting with a face guard on. As you can see, that's after a couple of hours. So if I didn't have that face guard on, all of that would be hitting me in the face. and obviously the earmuffs come with that. The ear defenders are there just to protect my ears. So overall, yep, it's a great unit. It starts well and runs well. When I consider that, you know, this is very old, as you can tell, and it's been used a lot. I'm really happy with it. Definitely worth the $45 that I paid for it, plus a couple $100 buying a couple of spare parts for it. Certainly worth that money. Okay, so that's the Stihl FS450.